Does this report mean that you're going to abandon your Thames Estuary folly?
No, because number one, it's not a folly, and number two, we've been explicitly asked not to by Sir Howard, who says that while he doesn't
say don't abandon this
rule the idea in, he doesn't rule it out. And on the contrary, he has expressly asked us to come up with more details and to try to answer some of the questions that he has.
When he assesses the possibilities, the preferable options for London, you don't come first, you don't come second, you don't come third, you come fourth. That's not even the medal table, is it?
Well, don't forget that what he's dealing with are cases made by two existing airports, as he said himself, I think, this morning, both of which can make a very fair argument about their ability to expand. And as he himself said this morning, our own proposal, the proposal from TfL, one of the proposals for a site on the Isle of Grain, is at the moment very much a proposal. There's nothing physically there. Now, I happen to think that it's the right way forward, and I think that we will be able to make a great deal of progress over the next few months in persuading Sir Howard, and indeed loads of other people, that this is the best way forward, not just for the city, but for the whole country. Because what the Isle of Grain site delivers is a long-term solution, which quite frankly Heathrow cannot possibly hope to supply. There is a huge disbenefit in noise pollution. Londoners currently experience worse noise pollution from planes than any other city on Earth.
Look,
about three quarters of a million
he's an
people already suffer
intelligent,
from
conscientious man. Is he being intentionally stupid or something?
No, I think that there's a great inertia, a great pressure to do what seems to be the simplest and most logical thing, but which is in fact, believe you me, totally undeliverable. The idea that you can build a third runway at Heathrow is a sham, a snare, and a delusion. It's been tried. You will get into a public inquiry. You and I, we will not in our lifetimes will we board a plane at Heathrow and take off from a third runway. It will be obstructed from here to eternity. It is much more sensible for very sound environmental reasons. It is much more. David Cameron people have planted trees in the site where this supposed runway is meant to be built. It is, I'm afraid, a non-starter.
Conservative Free Enterprise Group, the Transport Select Committee, and now this commission.
Who's the Conservative Free Enterprise Group?
It's all your people like your fellow Etonian Kwasi Kwarteng.
Oh yeah. Great guys, go on.
Okay, right, you like
He's also the MP for Spelthorne, but
yes.
Yeah, go on.
A highly educated man, I think you'd agree.
They're all educated men.
Right, okay, Transport
Jeremy,
Select Committee, now Howard Davis,
and
every
women.
single one of them
Yes.
comes down on the side either of Heathrow or of Gatwick or possibly of both. None of them comes down on your proposal.
Well, our proposal has plenty of support, not least in Parliament. And actually, I saw an interesting poll the other day, it might even been Sunday, saying that of all the options currently being proposed, the estuary is the single most popular, and not just in London, but around the whole country. And that is quite right. This scheme would, we think, create about 375,000 jobs in that area.
And take
alone.
100,000 away from Heathrow.
No, on the contrary, because what you've got at Heathrow is a huge opportunity for regeneration, for housing in an area the size of Kensington and Chelsea that this city desperately needs.
Your friend Zach Goldsmith says if the Conservatives do endorse expansion of Heathrow, he will resign. Will you? Have you got any principles?
Well, I'm going to fight for what I think is the right answer,
will you
and I'm going
mayor or something?
listen. If I would be thrilled if they made any kind of decision at all. Let's see what they come up with. Let's see what they come up with. I think that
for him it's a matter of principle. It's not for you, is it? You'll just be pleased if any decision is made.
No, I want them to get on and make a decision. I want them to make the right decision. And I have to say, I think at the moment, and I want the government to come clean. What I'm saying is, I think at the moment there is a lot of support in the government for a third runway. I would like to see that out in the open. And I'd like to see those arguments quietly demolished, because I think they can be demolished. And I think we're at the moment going down completely the wrong track. I have no particular intention of why should I resign and hand over my job to somebody who might take a completely different view?
Because it's a matter of principle, presumably.
Well, why am I bound by what? I'm not a member of the cabinet. I don't have a. There's no. I don't know what you're talking about.
Isn't it about time you got off this bicycle?
Which bicycle? Keep those transport metaphors. No, I tell you, we're not on a bicycle. I tell you where we are. We are currently held in a holding pattern over.
And it's
over
about
London.
time perhaps we got out of it.
Well, that is, I'm afraid, unfortunately, if you want to give me, if you're saying that I should have responsibility for aviation policy in this country as well, then and therefore, which is the logic of what you're saying with your drivelling about resignations and stuff, I would be perfectly happy to do that. I would be more than thrilled to take over that
Because it's a matter of some urgency, isn't it?
It is a matter of some urgency, and I do think it's a shame that it just goes on and on. My people at TfL I think that this whole thing is a cul-de-sac. We will spend the next 5 years trying to get a third runway off the ground.
Shock horror, Mayor's placemen agree with him. Are you serious?
They often don't agree with me, but on this particular occasion, they think I'm 100% right. And I listen to what they say, and I think it's a mistake. It's worse than a crime. It's a mistake. It's also a crime, by the way.
A crime?
It is, probably.